Am I gluten-free and wheat-free? Yes. Do I have celiacs? No. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. This is Trent from xFit. If you're new to this channel, you might want to consider subscribing so you can be alerted when all the new content comes out each week. Alright, let's get started here. The idea of being gluten-free and wheat-free and not having celiac disease, originally I thought that was kind of silly. I thought it was a strange way to go about it. I didn't think it was necessary to cut those types of foods out of our diet if we didn't have any consequences for eating that type of food. My girlfriend at the time would have cute little arguments because she was a certified nutritionist and I was a certified fitness instructor. I chose to eat gluten and wheat because I didn't have celiacs. She didn't have celiacs either, but she chose to not eat that stuff. She was a little bit informed. She did a lot of research in finding out what gluten actually was. So you might want to ask yourself, what is gluten? Like, do you know what it is? When you look it up, it's going to say gluten is a protein or a substance to add substance to bread, cereal, grains, especially wheat. It makes the bread fluffier, it binds it together, and it's basically just a processed glue. And it has no nutritional value. But since I didn't think that I was having any side effects from it, I thought, what the hell, gluten is in everything, I'm going to eat it. It doesn't bother me. That's not necessarily the case. People with celiacs, gluten causes inflammation in the intestinal tract and inflammation in other parts of the body, and it wreaks havoc on our bodies. Now again, because I don't have celiacs, I thought that it didn't pertain to me. I really enjoy eating bread. Now, as a certified fitness instructor, I thought that I would eat whole wheat bread, whole wheat grains, as opposed to enriched or processed white bread. The idea here, now I've seen a lot of neat, posts on Facebook, those memes where it says, 3,000 years people were eating whole wheat bread and now all of a sudden everyone has an allergy. My response to that is, they don't make bread the way they used to anymore. It's not what you think. Researchers have measured the glycemic index in whole wheat bread versus white bread, and it's basically the same. Okay? What I'm trying to say here is whole wheat bread starts out as regular white bread. It is just as processed. It is stripped down and re-enriched with trace elements of fiber and bran for color. It's essentially the same thing as white bread, but it's marketed in such a way that it's healthier. It's not necessarily the truth, but the idea here is, how does it make you feel? So for me, the idea was to really try it out and put it to the test myself. So I thought for about a week I was going to be 100% gluten and wheat free. And the results I got from it were out of this world. My stomach and my belly felt flatter. I had more energy. I had an uplifted mood. It promoted all types of function in my body because I eat super healthy, but cutting that stuff out was binding up most of the things that were happening in my body. I wasn't able to properly absorb nutrition from the other foods that I ate because I was filling my body up with this glue, with this gluten, with the stuff that was in whole wheat, which I thought was healthy, but it's not the case. So trying it out for yourself is ultimately the best way to decide whether if that's a food that you want to eat or not. Now, the neat thing here is, because I don't have celiacs and I didn't think that it was affecting me, it actually was. Whole wheat bread does affect us, but we don't know it until we cut it out. That's the trick here. You're not going to know how it's really affecting you until you take it out of your body. So my advice to you is to really just take it upon yourself to make a commitment to at least try 7 days or so to cut that out of your diet and see how you feel. Because that's really the determining factor on basically everything. It's not necessarily how we look. It really is how we feel. So not knowing that I had any of these things going on in my body, I came to understand and find that Whole wheat bread is high in FODMAPs, which is a contributor to irritable bowel syndrome. Now, I didn't necessarily have those types of symptoms, but they were pretty darn close to it. But they were so small, I didn't realize it. It was only after I cut it out where I learned that, hey, I feel a lot better. So I haven't eaten bread since. I'm 100% gluten-free, wheat-free, and I don't have celiacs, and I feel great. So it's really up to you. How do you want to feel? I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Taking initiative and putting these ideas to the test for yourself is truly the best way that you'll start to be looking good, feeling good, and feeling good about how you look.